Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? I'm so super excited to have one of these powerful brothers on the show today. Morlan Allen, specializing when it comes to anything insurance for life insurance, pretty much, something that's not really spoken about. And I'm just really excited to have you on the show, being a brother, changing lives and helping families within our community, also a God-fearing brother, which I love so, so much. So welcome to the show. Welcome to the Falesha Raquel Show, brother. How you doing today?
I am fantastic. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm so, so honored to have you on the show. I have been seeing you do your thing, throughout the community and just helping people when it comes to life insurance. So I just wanted to take a further dive in deeper about some of the services that you offer. And let's just get a better understanding about this taboo that people more often than not, they try to, keep for the back burner. They don't really have it. They don't have the disposable income for it. So tell us and enlighten the viewers right now about life insurance and the importance of it and the costs of it and all the benefiting factors of it in a nutshell.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity. So life insurance, as you said, is one of those things that a lot of people don't speak about or know how to have that conversation about. And it's really one of the backbones of our financial house. And it's a foundation. It's, you build houses, right? You build homes.
Mhm.
And you would never go into building a home without first looking at the structural integrity and the foundation first, right?
Yeah.
However, our families, we tend to focus on, spending more time building a dream or, focusing on vacations or, all the other things that we really want, but we don't take a second to step back and say, what are we doing for our financial well-being? So in the event that something happens to us, will money continue to come in? Life insurance, I look at life insurance as an umbrella,
Mhm.
right? It's an umbrella that is open and it's available, but you may not need it every day.
Yeah.
And when you there is a need, you want to have that umbrella, right? When it's downpouring and you can't get outside and walk without having to worry about your head getting wet, you need an umbrella. So life insurance is that protection. It's the foundation of our financial house. And it's basically, I break it down this way.
Mhm.
If you can pay a monthly or biannual or annual amount that could replace your entire income for 10, 15, 20 years without your family have to go into devastation financially, if something were to happen to you, would that be worth it for you? If you could pay a small fraction, like say $100 a month, for example, and
Yeah.
have a $500,000 come in, knowing that something happens, God forbid, there's a check, on top of having to worry about the loss of a loved one and the emotional trauma that, we're dealing with, why add a financial trauma to that?
Yeah.
Why put our families through that, right? So it's really the bedrock of the financial house. And it's so important for us to have that conversation
Yeah.
and speak to someone that can help us to understand it more.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like a lot of people just don't have the education to know um, the types of packages that they can get for life insurance. Like off the bat, they think, oh my God, I get it. Life is expensive, you know? You have your bills to pay every month, you have your mortgage or your rent, you have car payments, you have credit cards, you have the kids. If for those of you who have children, you have, other insurances like your car insurance and business insurance for those of you who are business owners. Like, I get it. It is expensive, right? So the last thing someone's thinking about is like, oh, I'm young. I don't have that extra disposable income to drop into life insurance. However, speaking with you, you've enlightened a lot of people and myself that it doesn't even have to be that expensive. Actually, in fact, the younger you are, when you start young, it's actually more affordable versus, you get up there in age and, you start to get some health problems that you need to disclose, right? For example, and then that kind of drives up your premium, right?
Yes, exactly. It's easier to get it when you're younger, and it's
Mhm.
definitely more cost effective and cheaper. For example, a 20-year-old can purchase $100,000 worth of life insurance, or even 500,000 of life insurance, for example,
Wow.
right? And they could be paying, $20, $30 a month for that.
Wow.
And that and that will carry them all the way through till maybe they're 50, 60 years old if they go with the term insurance, for example.
Yeah.
And term insurance term insurance is basically you're purchasing insurance for a term, for a specific period of time.
Mm.
Right. So mortgages have terms, right? The rate will stay the same for that term, right? So it's the same thing with life insurance. The rate will stay the same for that term, whether it's 10, 20, 30, 40, or even 100 years. There's some term 100 plans that people can purchase that literally will stay the same rate for 100 years, right?
Wow.
And that's more of like a permanent option of a term. But there are options. And so that is something that, younger you are, the healthier we are, and we can lock in the rates when you're younger. We can lock in your health when you're younger. As we get older and we start to have, our bodies go through the different phases and, different breakdowns, our health may not be the same. Some people get diabetes eventually. We hope not, right? Things happen. But at the end of the day, the more ailments that we have, the more expensive life insurance will be, and the more challenging it will be to get coverage because not a lot of companies will provide insurance for someone who is, already facing certain health challenges.
I get that. Now, can someone use this type of insurance if they lose their job, let's say, or they're unemployed for a bit? Like, I know I often get that question where people are paying into insurance, and with the crazy downpour of the economy right now, a lot of people are unemployed. Maybe they've gotten, injured at work or something, so it's caused them to have to take some time off, but they still have those monthly expenses because even though you're down, the bills keep knocking at your door, and we need to make sure that we can service our debt. So is this something that like would be for that purpose or no?
So there are different types of insurance, right? There's life insurance that covers you in the event that you pass, right, untimely. And then there's life insurance that also have living benefits as part of it, which basically is a life insurance that you're paying into, but a portion of, the life insurance itself is also covering for certain living benefits. Like if you are still alive, but you get injured or you get ill, you have certain diagnosis, you can get some payments on that. Then you also have insurance where you can have a monthly payment to replace your monthly bills in the event that you get injured or disabled, right? That's like disability insurance, right? So there are different types of insurance. There's lots of income insurance. There's insurance for people who are truckers, for example, and they're always on the road. If they were disabled,
Mm,
their income stops, right? They can have that
mm,
income continue to be provided for them, it probably all the way until they're 65, for example, in
mm.
some cases, right? So I have a client, for example, who purchased a policy with me, and she was always on the road, and she purchased the policy. She got into an accident, and because of the accident, she could no longer work.
Yeah.
So she put in a claim for that. And once the claim and everything took effect, now she's continuing to get paid. And that was 2 years ago. She's
Wow.
continuing to get paid every single month now, all the way until she's about 60. I think she's about 65 now. So it's going to continue for a while, right? And so there are different options, different types of insurances. There's
Yeah.
permanent life insurance where, individuals that are more higher net worth can actually purchase insurance that can help them to put money towards a cash surrender, a cash account, right? It's like a cash value account, they call it.
Yeah.
And that account can accumulate over time so that if they do lose a job, for example, they can either go on a premium holiday so that the premiums are now covered by the insurance policy itself
Mhm.
and they don't have to pay that anymore, or they can withdraw from that with certain stipulations, right? They can withdraw from that and now have a monthly or lump sum payment that can be provided to them as well. And that's really attractive to business owners and higher net worth individuals that can carry a higher premium per month
Yeah.
rather than, the average family who is, really trying to make ends meet and trying to figure things out. Maybe something that is built with a little bit of permanent and a little bit and some term that can really build the plan for them to help in case they pass away now, there's something and there's a bulk of that. And also if they pass away later on, there's
Yeah.
also some payments there. So some of
Yeah.
the things we consider: the
Yeah.
balance of the mortgage, right? How, instead of getting mortgage insurance, I always recommend getting term insurance to cover the balance of the mortgage, because as the mortgage payments are continuing and the mortgage balance goes down, when you purchase mortgage life insurance, the payment stays the same, even though you're covered for less each year. With term
Okay.
insurance, it stays the same and your coverage amount stays the exact same for that term, for that period
Yeah.
of time. So
Yeah.
you can continue to have insurance longer
Yeah.
and, be able to build more of that financial independence and that wealth for yourself and your family should something happen.
I love that. And, as a business coach, being in this, and seeing it from the perspective that I see it, I help people open and operate their businesses every single day. And with one of the things I notice is that this is just not something that they have as a priority. And I would really love our community to just take a revisit at this, because for those of you, as you mentioned, that are truck drivers, that are in construction, that are out there as PSWs, and you have your own business, or you're caring for somebody, or like your household really depends on your income, and you don't want to
Yes.
be put in a position where something happens to you. Hey, we all get sick, we all are going to experience some downtime within our careers, right? So for those of you who are listening to this, don't take this lightly. Really connect with Morlan on this so that you can just kind of take a look at what the options are for you, because it doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg, as he mentioned, right? It really just depends on the package that you want. But I do really like the fact that there are packages that can help benefit and serve people right now while they are alive, which is great. So just having something like that to cover people. And I've had a lot of entrepreneurs have freak accidents happen at work where they have been off of work for a year or two, you know and it would just be good to know that they have some sort of coverage that can put money into their pocket to help them service what they need to service every month, to just help them get by. So this is amazing. Yeah. And so
Absolutely.
I also know I love to travel. A lot of people love to travel. Do you also do travel insurance as well? Speaking about insurance?
Absolutely. We do travel, we do super visa. So if you have individuals coming to Canada that are coming from other countries and they need coverage for their health system, we can help with that as well.
Good.
We have a plethora of different insurance and solutions. And insurance is not just what we do, it's who we are. Like literally, I have benefited from having, my family having insurance. My mom passed away when she was 39 years old, right? She was heading to work and not really knowing what was going to happen, but she was in an accident, freak accident, and she passed away. But she had life insurance. And that life insurance afforded our family the ability to be able to cover the expenses, cover the funeral, and put money aside for us to until we were old enough to be able to get access to it. Now, I wish I had financial literacy to know what to do with it. That's another story. But, so many of us are not sure. And so, if they can speak to me and get ask questions, then I'll be more than happy to provide that. And I meet with people for free. There's no cost to meet with me to have a conversation.
Yeah.
I don't get paid by you. I get paid by the companies when we service and provide the policies, right? So I'm always looking out for their best interests. And as a broker, I can shop around and find the right policy, the right solution, the right options. And most of all, I provide a financial literacy and a financial plan that really puts everything all together. So that way it's detailed, it's specific, and it's customized to the individuals.
I love, love, love that. You're someone who definitely aligns with me, and just wanting to provide the financial literacy to our community, to our nation. I think it's something that we need more of nowadays. And I just urge everyone to, have that paradigm shift and just, get right with yourself and make sure your priorities are straight. And this is definitely one element of that. Now, when you said your mother, and I'm so sorry to hear that, passing at such an early age, and you just going through that and experiencing life without a mom. I know a lot of people out there may have similar stories or may be able to resonate with you. Is that your why? Like, you getting into this whole field of insurance, like, what was your driving force? Was it that, or was it something else? Can you elaborate? Like, who is Morlan and what is the makeup? Like, how did you even come to be in? You could have been in any business sector, right? How did you land in insurance? And like, what is your main why? Why do you do what you do every single day?
That's a great question. And over the years, I have looked at different reasons as to why, because I always ask myself, why am I doing this? Why am I sticking this out? Why am I sticking in? It's not an easy industry to be in, but it's so rewarding. My why is the people. I love helping and serving people. My mom and her story is something that I've recently came to terms with recently. Like this happened 20 plus years ago that she passed, but it's just recently in soul searching and getting to know myself better, I realized that my why is so much intertwined into what she experienced and what our family experienced as a result of her planning. And so initially when I got into the industry in 2014, it was because I wanted to learn financial literacy and I wanted to teach it to our community because I always saw individuals from other communities that were well off and they seemed like they had everything together. And I wondered, what could we do differently
Mm,
that could really help elevate our community more? And
mm,
so when I came across the industry, I said it's a no-brainer. We all need to learn financial literacy. We all need to understand how money works. We all need to understand budgeting, credit,
mm,
loans
mm.
and insurance, right?
Yeah,
And we all need to be able to get access to the resources so we can build wealth and
yeah,
be able to pass that on to our families. But, oftentimes our community is shunned from that knowledge and
mm,
shunned from that information, or we're encouraged to just focus on going to school, getting a good job, and that's enough, and you'll be okay. But
mm,
that hasn't been working out. So for me, what drives me is really just getting in front of individuals and families and saying, hey, listen, there is another way. You
yeah,
don't have to necessarily go to the big banks or the banks itself, because at the end of the day, banks are profitable. They know the money game. They understand how it works, but they're
mm,
not going to teach you to know how it works, because then that means profits are lost from them and going into your pocket. So
yeah,
what my focus is really helping individuals and families to understand there's another way. There's access to information that can help them, and there are different organizations that we have access to where they can get that, 12, 14, 15, 30% growth on their investments
yeah,
over time to
yeah.
be able to build their wealth, and they don't have to be focused and putting their money under a mattress or putting it in the bank where they're afraid of losing it. So yeah,
Please
that's
don't
what
put your
drives
money
me.
under the mattress. Please don't put your money under the mattress. Let's connect and we can figure out a way to keep your money safe.
There's so
Oh,
many options, like with what you
no.
do, right? With what we do, there's so many ways.
Yeah, so many ways, so many ways. I'm so happy again to have you on the show now. I always more often than not like to ask this question. Um, if you had a superpower, what would it be and why? I just want the viewers to kind of get a sense of who you are, what you would do with this superpower, and why. Why would you want this kind of superpower? So think about that for a second. If you had any, it could be anything. If I had a magic wand right
Hmm.
now, and I'm like, I'm gonna grant this wish to you, Mr. Allen, what would it be and why? A superpower.
Hmm. That's a good one. Um, my superpower would be to be able to speak to others or touch them and be able to heal them.
Mm.
Um, I would love for, I'm a firm believer that I love Michael Jackson songs, right? He has a song, Heal the World,
Oh
Make It a
yeah.
Better
Woo,
Place,
you're a singer too.
right?
All right.
Right?
Okay,
So
okay, there I see you. I love that
something else you
song.
know about me now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I love helping people. And if I had the power to heal others, whether it's from illnesses, sicknesses, mental shifts, mindset changes, attitude changes, I would heal the world and make it a better place. That is why.
I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Well, you know what? Through prayer, every and anything is possible. So
Amen.
continue, changing lives, continue being powerful. Again, I love what you're doing. It aligns so much with what we're doing here. And I thank you for coming on the show. Now, for those of you who've gotten value out of this show, key takeaways, or somebody that you know that may benefit from this conversation that we just had, please feel free to share it with them. But furthermore, please like this video and subscribe. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Falesha Raquel, and this is Morlan Allen. And I'm going to definitely drop all of your goodies in the description below. But you can just take a time and let all the followers right now and the viewers know where to reach you. Where can everyone find you?
Yes, absolutely. I'm all over social media. I'm on LinkedIn. You can find me. The best way, if they want to connect with me to get a detailed and dedicated financial plan, or even just to ask questions, is to WhatsApp me at 647-828-1704. I am also on Instagram. My Instagram handle is at Morlan Allen. and Morlan Allen Finance, and YouTube is coming soon at Morlan Allen as well. And just really, I'm out there, social media, really just connecting with people and letting people know that there are places they can go for help.
There are options, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And
Options.
until the next one, everyone, thank you so much. Go be great. Go be powerful. From the bottom of my heart, take care. Bye.
Thank you.